Shedding is an important motion needed to form the fabric. Shedding involves separating ends from the warp beam into an upper and lower shed. The space between the upper and lower shed creates the path needed for weft insertion. After insertion, the shed closes and the weft is beat up into the fell of the cloth to form the fabric. The shedding motion begins with the warp ends being aligned properly with the shedding elements on the weft channel. The shed formation unit and warp positioners move the warp ends from side to position the ends properly with each shedding element. The ends may be positioned on top of the shedding element or to the side of the shedding element. Ends placed on top of the shedding elements create the upper shed. Ends placed to the side of the shedding elements form the lower shed. As the rotor turns, the shedding elements keep the shed open for insertion. At the end of insertion, the shed is closed by the movement of the shedding element away from the warp ends. The closing shed removes the inserted weft from the weft channel for beat up by the reed. For example, to form the proper shed for a 1x1 plain weave fabric, the warp positioners move alternating warp ends above and to the side of the shedding elements. As the rotor turns, the warp positioners shift the position of the warp ends for the next weft channel's shedding elements. Therefore, the first shed created will have a one end up and one end down repeat across the machine width, while the second shed formed will have a one end down and one end up repeat across the machine width. For more complicated weaves, the movement pattern of the plating device is equal to the weave repeat.